Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News. A protest rally outside Todd McClay's office sees two men trespassed. $10.6 million lotto tickets sold in Rotorua. And retailers to get information on Rugby World Cup advertising restrictions. Those stories and more in detail tonight on City News. About 40 people took to the streets in the protest rally on Friday, organised by the Rotorua People's Union for beneficiaries to have their say following Thursday's budget. The aim was to present Mr McClay with a list of demands for the 8,000 people in the region on benefits. Two men dressed in camouflage gear and balaclavas climbed on top of MP Todd McClay's office. The pair hung a banner across the front of the office with the words "Reject Don Key Budget." The group was told to remove it by police. The two men had been issued with trespass notices. However, Mr McClay was not at his office as Parliament was sitting under urgency after the release of the budget. As the group took to the streets, they chanted, "They say cut benefits, we say fight back." Following the march, beneficiary advocate Paul Blair handed a list of demands to one of Mr McClay's staff members. The list included wanting a complete restructuring of the Social Security Act of 1964. They also want benefits transferred to Inland Revenue for administration and benefits to be paid at the current rate of invalid's benefit regardless of marital status. Included in the list of demands was an immediate increase of $25 a week for all beneficiaries and that work testing of beneficiaries be halted. A player who brought a Lotto Powerball ticket from Countdown Rotorua won $10.6 million in Saturday's draw, becoming New Zealand's next multi-millionaire. The win comes only a few weeks on from the record-breaking $36 million Powerball jackpot that saw two players split the big prize. One other lucky First Division winner takes home a slightly smaller sum of $500,000. Fordlands and Western Heights residents will soon be skating on their new skate parks, and they'll be doing it by the end of the year. However, the controversy surrounding the Fordlands Park is still there. Rotorua District Councillors voted to go ahead with the park after the issue was redebated. The Fordlands Park is one of 4 youth parks being built in Rotorua over the next 2 years at a total cost to ratepayers of $600,000. The Council's Youth Projects Officer, Jill Campbell, says now the go-ahead has been given, the people of Fordlands could look forward to using a modern park. She says, controversy aside, the park is already there and the Youth Spaces program is providing some physical enhancements. Do you think it's a threat?
Well, I guess the view of it is that that site is currently, it exists. It's already there. We're just going to put a bit of equipment, add additional equipment into an existing site. And when you look at youth development research, we're giving a place for young people that is theirs with equipment for safe play, recreation, activity. So I would like to think that more positive will come out of it than negative for the fact that young people are doing positive activity and recreation and sport.
Jill Campbell says they will be trying to get some physical education programs going at the site and breathe some new life into the neighbourhood's parks. Over 150,000 slices of New Zealand's film and television history will be available on site at the Rotorua District Library when the New Zealand Film Archive arrives in town from the 3rd of June. The archive will provide Rotorua residents with free access to hundreds of titles as well as an online portal to over 150 feature films, short films, newsreels, documentaries and more. Rotorua Library Manager Jane Gilbert says the Film Archive's arrival adds a new dimension to the library experience and it should be a hit with both locals and tourists. A public launch function is set for 10 a.m. on the 3rd of June, featuring a presentation from the Film Archive's Diane Pavick and a film tour of Rotorua's local history. In sport tonight, the Rotorua District Council and organisers of Rugby World Cup 2011 are spreading the word about special advertising restrictions that will apply when the matches are on in Rotorua later this year. Retailers and other businesses are being encouraged to dress up their premises as part of the celebrations, but need to be aware about government restrictions in place to guard against ambush marketing, making commercial gains from unauthorised association with the tournament. The protections are primarily provided through the Major Events Management Act and supported by council bylaws. Events and Venues Rotorua General Manager Peter McLeod says the Act should not impact on people running an existing business, and they would be able to continue with genuine business as usual activities such as retaining regular signage and advertising. He pointed out, however, that provisions provided prohibit advertising that suggests an association with the Rugby World Cup 2011, especially protected words and emblems. Mr McLeod says that the public meeting has been arranged to help local businesses to understand the requirements of the Major Events Management Act and what they mean to Rotorua. The meeting is to be held on Tuesday the 7th of June at 4 p.m. in the concert chamber at the Rotorua Convention Centre, and all interested parties are welcome to attend. To your weather now, Rotorua and the surrounding area. Tonight, fine, light winds, overnight a low of 4. Tomorrow Tuesday, morning fog, some afternoon cloud, light winds, a high of 14 and a low of 9. Outlook for Wednesday, rain developing, light winds, a high of 16 and a low of 13. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Tuesday, variable 5 knots becoming northerly 10 knots in the afternoon, waves below half a metre, morning fog, then fine. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Coming up after the break, we find out about cadets with Heidi Paddington. Nicola Martin tells us about what's new at the SPCA, and Rosemary Mitchie brings us up to date with restoration projects on Mount Nongataha.